Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple with our next YouTube mini class. We are on YouTube number 125, and yes, this is the YouTube where we make our second big announcement. I hope you're as excited as I am. Oh, my nose itches, excuse me. Now we have winter chicken dinner to tell you about, and I have got some amazing new product. Yes, we have 2 new product lines to share with you. I have a demo for you. I have samples that are simply gorgeous, but I need to preface this YouTube. I have vertigo. It is better. I'm on some really strong medication right now, but business must go on. So somehow you and I, you and me, we're gonna get through this YouTube together. And hopefully I'm no more perky than I normally am, and something doesn't come out of my mouth that I'm gonna regret later. But the vertigo was really bad. I've been in the hospital twice for it in the past 4 days, and it really, I thought I was this, you know, I can whip this type of girl, and frankly, it put me to my knees. I have never been so sick in all of my life. And we tried the exercises, and the doctors tried the exercises, and they still didn't work. Those little crystals in my ears don't seem to want to reset. So they have put me on some heavier medication, which is, frankly, I'm feeling no pain. The room still spins a little bit, but at least now I'm able to control it. Before, the vertigo was so bad that they couldn't get the episodes to stop, and that was a real problem for me. So bear with me. I'm going to try and do this as best as I can and not slur or stutter or oops too many times, but just know that the last few days have been very, very interesting. So hang with me, okay? I do have winter chicken dinner to talk about. So let's talk about those who have won from the last YouTube, which was featuring the Hunky Dory product. I have already seen what Sarah has pulled for you to win. She even gave you the magazine, the Hunky Dory magazine, which has product inside of it as well as a ton of different designs and ideas. Oh my gosh, I think both of you are going to be so excited to get this in your mailbox. Are you ready to hear if it's you? Well, if you're Diane Looking or Chew Janet, and I don't know if it's really Janet Chew, but it came up Chew Janet, congratulations to both of you. You are our latest YouTube winter chicken dinners. Hunky Dory is simply amazing, and in fact they're going to be part of our anniversary sale in September, but more on that later. Wait till you see the Christmas. Oh my gosh, the Christmas Hunky Dory is beautiful, but I totally digress. Okay, so back to what we're talking about. Diane Looking and Chew Janet, how are you going to claim your prizes? Super easy. You're going to email us at winner, WINNER, at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. WINNER at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Give us your name, your address, your telephone number. Say you are YouTube 125 winner, and Sarah will get your gifts right out to you. Congratulations. How are you going to be a YouTube winner? Easy. You're going to watch this entire YouTube. Yep, the entire thing. And then you're going to go post a comment on our YouTube channel. Just know you have to be a subscriber to our YouTube channel to leave a comment. So if you're not a subscriber yet, please become one and leave your comment, and hopefully one of these days I will be announcing that you are a YouTube winner chicken dinner from Scrapbooking Made Simple. Wow, that was a mouthful. All right, so I do have new product to show you. I have 2 lines to show you. I'm going to start with the first, which I sneak peeked on Facebook. And if you're not on Facebook, see us on Facebook, see us on Pinterest, see us on Instagram, see us on Twitter. Yes, we have a Twitter account. All of these things. Oh my gosh, can't you just pick up the phone? I guess that's not the way of the, this is the new way. Remember old math and new math? Okay, so again, I digress. Let's go back to what I was talking about. New product. I did show a sneak peek of it on the Facebook, and I just want to briefly tell you that I did this after a lot of long thought, and I have this internal checklist. And that came from my dad, because I remember my dad talking to the owner of Dylan Beck's Market. And Dylan Beck's Market out in Canyon Country, if you have been here for any length of time, like 25 years, 30 years or longer, you know Dylan Beck's Market was on Sierra Highway, and they are gone. And I'm so sorry that they are gone. But it was the local country store, and it had a butcher shop, and they had those big pickles, those really big pickles in the big jar that were just wonderful when you're a kid and you want one of those during the summertime. And I remember my dad talking to Mr. Dillenbeck about some product that he was bringing into Dillenbeck's. Not my dad sold him life insurance, but they were friends. And I remember Mr. Dillenbeck saying to my dad, well, I'm really thinking about doing this. And my dad said, why? And I think that threw him off a little bit, Mr. Dillenbeck. And my dad said, why? What is the reasoning behind this? Is it different? Is it better? Is it cheaper? Is it going to reach more people? Is it something that is going to add value in the market? Because if it's not, don't do it. If it's not, just to put your name on something, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I really believe that. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it. I mean, that's great that you can, but should you? And I really hope my children are watching right now. James and Michael, just because you can sometimes doesn't always mean you should. So we sell a lot of adhesive tape. A lot of adhesive tape. And I've been approached several times about branding our own adhesive tape, but it never made sense. This internal checklist never quite, all the boxes didn't get checked off. Would I be proud putting my name on it? Would my parents be proud of me? Would my husband and my children be proud of me? Does it reach a market? Does it reach people that maybe aren't being reached? Is it a better product, or can you sell it for a better price? What about it? I had to have all of these little check marks done before I could say yes. And so I met Paul. Paul's an adhesive guy. Paul said, let me talk to you about adhesive and what is actually called tissue tape. And there's lots of different types of tissue tape and grades of tissue tape. And look at it's got our logo in the middle of it. And Paul said, let me explain to you. Let me try and show you why you should go with us for your adhesive. Not that I was looking to do adhesive, because I'm very happy, and I will always say Scrapbooking tape is an amazing tape. This one's just a little bit better. He said, look it. I can give you a stronger adhesive, something that's more heat resistant, something that's stronger, and I can do it for a price that's less so that you can sell it to your consumers at a reduced price, an everyday reduced price. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, you're the first one who's ever brought that up, and that certainly perks my ears up, because if I can bring it to you at a lesser price, that means you can afford to buy it. Maybe the 6-inch that was out of your reach at $52, maybe when you see the price I have it for now, maybe it won't be out of your reach. Maybe it's been on your wish list for forever, and now finally you can have it. So we sat down and we had lots of conversations and lots of Skypes and and we went ahead and we did our own adhesive. Yes, it's stronger than Scrapbooking tape. It's a stronger adhesive. There's no question about that. Yes, you can still tear it. Yes, it will still hold buttons and glitter and chipboard and acetate and paper and cardstock and ribbon and micro beads. It will hold everything. It will put a hem in your pants if you need. In an emergency, not a problem. It's that strong. It is acid free. It is heat resistant, and it is at an everyday price that I can be proud to say, I can offer this to you. So I'm going to tilt down. I'm going to show you the sizes and the pricing that we have. And it's my dad. It's that mental checklist. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this because you have to? Are you doing it because you want to? Are you doing it because you're trying to make a difference? What's the real reason behind it? And if you're okay with that real reason behind your decision, then go for it. So that's what I did. All right, I'm going to tilt on down and show you all the different sizes and all the different pricings. Now, I will be using this tape in our next YouTube, which is the day before. No, it's the day of the Shop That Didn't Hop and the Sizzix Warehouse sale, which starts July 17th. I am doing a demo with this tape and my next release of Simply Defined dies. Oh my gosh, wait till you see. Wait till you see what I'm going to show you, what you can do with this. It's magnificent. I love it, love it, love it. So there we have the 1/8 of an inch Simply Defined adhesive, $3.25. Now for those of you who know and shop, you know that that's a really great everyday price. It's got your length, it's got your width, and it's got your price, and it's stronger than before. Can you still tear it? Of course you can. So let's just pull it out, tear a piece, tear it right down the center if I want to. Absolutely. It's just stronger than what we've been carrying. It's just magnificent. And the heat resistant on it, which is what I'm going to focus on in that YouTube, is wonderful. Oh my gosh, when you see what I'm going to be making for everybody during the Shop That Didn't Hop, oh, I hope that helps all of you get here. So let me put that away. Let me get that off my fingers. So we've got 1/8 of an inch at $3.25. We've got 1/4 inch at $3.99. Again, that's $1 less than it used to be. We've got 1/2 inch at $5.99. Again, less than it used to be, by quite a bit actually. We have got a full inch for under $10. The 1 inch is now just $9.99 on an everyday price. We're not gonna put it out there for $12.99 so that we can mark it down and sell it for $9.99. We're just gonna offer you the very best price we can do every single day, all under Simply Defined. So we've got the 1 inch, and the 1 inch was $9.99. The 1.5 inch is $12.99. And look at it, it's just beautiful. Now I wanna tell, well, I'll get to that. So the 1.5 inch is $12.99. We've got the 2 inch at $15.99. The 2 inch, everybody seems to have their favorite widths. So I couldn't decide which one to do, so we went ahead and we did them all. The 2 inch at $15.99. And then we get into the larger sizes, the 2.5, which is really where you start using it for your die cuts and your mixed media and your binding of your books and your altered art and just, oh my gosh. So the 2.5 inch is now $18.99, again with our logo on the inside, very exciting. 5 and 6 inch, the 5 inch is now under $40. It's now $37.99, and that is a huge difference from what we used to sell it for. An enormous difference. That is its everyday price. And then the 6 inch we used to sell for $52. We now have for $44.99. Again, an amazing price. What I want to tell you is that to get this product here in time for the Shop That Did Not Hop event and the Sizzix Warehouse sale, they could only get the core done with our logo. Later on, probably the next shipment that comes in, the liner, this is called the liner, the piece that you tear away that I say never, never, never throw away. The liner will have Simply Defined printed on it. So it will be a Simply Defined branded product. So I hope you can understand why I went ahead with the adhesive, because it really did check all the boxes for me to make sense. Let me tilt on up. And I could look at it and I could say, okay, it does reach more people because it's more affordable. And yes, it's different in the market because it's stronger. And yes, I can be proud to put my name on it. And my husband can be proud, and my parents can be proud of the product that we're putting out because we can stand behind it. So that is why we went after all of these years with our own adhesive. I hope that you will enjoy it and use it as much as we do, because it is our main adhesive here in the store. Where else are you going to get that kind of length for $3.25? Not in a tape runner. Oh my gosh, this is all-purpose adhesive for everybody. So next, our next other big announcement, which I am equally proud of, and again goes right back to the stories of my life and how I was brought up and why I do the things I do. And for those of you who know me, or gosh, all of you know me by now, we've been doing this for so long. I was in the jewelry industry. I was in the jewelry industry from a very young age, because you know the story why I wanted to be in the jewelry industry. It's not that I had this driving desire to be in, fine jewelry, but I wanted my boyfriends to buy me jewelry, and the best way I figured they could get me jewelry is if they got my employee discount. That's how that whole thing started, my whole jewelry career, and it was a phenomenal career. I had a jewelry store at a very young age, and I worked for a wonderful manufacturer and traveled all over the world. But that takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of dedication. And for a long time, I kept saying, I don't want kids, I don't want kids, I don't want kids. Mr. SMS, we agreed we're not having kids. He had a demanding career, I had a demanding career. You can't bring children in if you can't devote some time to them. So as I got older, so in my early 20s and mid 20s, I was like, no kids, I'm good. But as I hit my 30s, that little tick tock, you don't know it's the clock ticking. You don't realize that that's what it is your time clock ticking, but it's there. And then finally, you go, oh my gosh, that's me saying, maybe we should have kids. So I was talking to my dad and I said, Dad, I don't know if we should think about having kids, Michael and I, because I don't know if I can do it all. I don't know if anybody can. I don't know if you can be a good mom and a good wife and a good business person. Can you really do all of that? And I have to tell you, my dad, he never answered the question. He didn't say yes and he didn't say no. He told me a story. And when my dad was growing up, my grandma Agnes owned a soda fountain shop, like an ice cream parlor. And my dad said, Stacy, when Grandma Agnes owned the soda shop in Yakima, Washington, or Wapato, one of those, I have customers, he worked there when he was a teenager. Of course he did. His mom owned the shop. I would have people come in and one would ask for a scoop of vanilla ice cream and somebody else would ask for a scoop of chocolate ice cream, and then we'd have those who wanted strawberry ice cream. Because you ever wonder about the one who asked for all three of them in the same dish, the banana split? Do you wonder what made him think, well, why do I have to choose? Why can't I try to have it all? And he said, did you ever look at how far banana splits have come? Somebody had to have thought to themselves, well, I don't want just one chocolate, or I just don't want vanilla. I want all of them. And they put them in a dish, and then they threw some bananas on the side. Not sure where the banana part came in, but threw some bananas on the side and made a banana split. And he said, Stacy, I think you're my banana split. I think out of my 4 kids, you're the banana split. And he never told me, yes, you should try, you should have kids, no, you shouldn't have kids. He said, be a banana split, Stacy, and go find out if that's going to work for you, because somebody had to have the courage to try and be, to put together the banana split, to have the gumption to do it. He goes, I bet when that man first or woman first put the banana split together, people thought he was an odd fellow. That's my dad. That's not me talking. He was an odd fellow putting chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry in one dish. Now my mom loves Jamocha almond fudge, but I'm gonna forgive her for that. But that's my story. And so when this opportunity presented itself of the next line that I have, I couldn't decide. I couldn't say yes, I couldn't say no. I needed to be sure. I needed to check those internal boxes off. Is it something I could be proud of? Is there a reason for it? Because to put my name on something just to put my name on something is not who I am. I could have done it years and years and years ago, but it makes sense. And it complements what we've already got, which is a wonderful, wonderful die and stamp line manufactured by Sizzix called Simply Defined. This is another die and stamp line, only it's manufactured by Tonic Studios, and it is called Simply Refined. And I'm going to tilt down and I'm going to show you. It is different and affordable and beautiful, just like our Simply Defined dies. And I think that they'll work fabulously together. This is not a monthly release. It will only be, right now we're only doing every other month. There's only 4 SKUs every month. And just like Simply Defined, when we sell out, we sell out. There will be no reordering. We're just not big enough to carry the inventory like that, to put the money into the inventory. And we want to bring you new and fresh things all the time. So I am very excited to be your banana split, to be my husband's banana split and my dad's banana split. And I'm going to tilt down and I'm going to show you Simply Refined and how we use them. Down we go. All right, here we have them. We have 4 different SKUs. Let me move some of this out of the way. 4 different SKUs. Again, it's an every other month release. It is not just one die, it is one die, two dies, and three, with two coordinating rubber stamps. They are exclusively ours, they are simply refined, but they are manufactured by Tonic Studios for us. And you know how Tonic is, their engineering of dies is absolutely magnificent. And I have so many people to thank, but we'll talk about that in a minute. This one is called Best Wishes Flourish Frame, and it's beautiful. Down at the bottom, you'll see all the different ways, well, not all the different ways, but several different ways you can use just this one set. This one set does all of these different things down here. So when then you get the packaging right away, you know what it is you can do. If you turn it over to the back, it gives you a clearer vision, clear image of what you get, and then the three other sets that are part of this first collection. So again, this one is Best Wishes Flourish Frame. Then I have Happy Birthday Flourish Frame. Again, you get 1, 2, 3 dies and 2 rubber stamps to go with it, and below all the different things you can do with it. Amazing. I can't wait to show you these because they're so interactive and they work together just like the Simply Defined dies. Simply Refined are meant to work together to give you as much value as I possibly can. Here we have let's see, this is Home Together, the Home Together Flourish Frame. So we've got the beautiful frame, 2 smaller dies, and the 2 rubber stamps. And last but not least, we have Best Friends. Oh my gosh, they're all beautiful. Wait till you see them done. Now, when I say they work together, I mean that. We have engineered them so that the centers and the stamps can be used with other dies. So I could take the 2 dies out of here, the center out of here, and put it with this die. Or I could take these stamps and use them with this set. Or I could take these stamps and use them with that set. Or I could take this center piece here with the second die here with a stamp from over here to put it together. The combinations are absolutely endless. What is the price? All right, well, if you do the I Want It All bundle and you purchase all 4 under the I Want It All, they're going to be for $15 a set. Yes, $15 a set. That gets you all the dies and all the stamps. $15 a set times 4 is $60. If you want to purchase them open stock, we still have them value priced for you at $19.99, which again, for this type of intricate die, forget about the stamps. Just the dies alone run more than that. Then you add the stamps, the rubber stamps to go with them, and it is so value conscious. $15 if you do the I Want It All, $19.99, well $60 for the whole set, $19.99 if you buy them open stock. Now I'm gonna open one, we're gonna play with one or 2. And I have got the Best Wishes set right here. I'm gonna open it up for you because there's some things that are important for me to show you so that when you get your set, you know. Slide it right out. This here is called a carrier. Who knew that? Before we started manufacturing things, who knew that this little piece was called a carrier? But don't ever throw this acetate piece away. Even if you don't use it to store your stuff on, my gosh, it makes the perfect palette. You can die cut it. You can put your ink sheets on it. There is so much to be done with this piece. Don't throw it away. Find a use for it because it really is a fabulous piece of acetate. Now we've got the 2 stamps and the stamps are taped down. What I need you to know is when you pull the stamps off, what should stay behind is a clear sheet of plastic in that same oval. There's a clear sheet of plastic right here in that same oval frame. That was put there to protect the stamp while it was being adhered to the carrier sheet. So when you pull your stamp off, what should be left behind is a clear acetate sheet. And if that clear acetate sheet is not left on this carrier, then you do need to pull it off because it will not let your stamp cling to your acrylic block. Once your stamp it doesn't have that extra little acetate piece, then it's going to cling right to your block beautifully. And you'll know when you peel it off, it's either there or it's not, and if it's not there, you need to push this back on and peel it off and get it off. Next, there's 3 dies here. You've got the main die, you've got a smaller die in the center, and then one more frame. So I've got 3 dies that make up the set. All of it comes for the $15 if you buy the bundle, $60 total bundle, or $19.99. And again, they're meant to work with each other. I could take different pieces, different centers, and use them with the different sets. You don't have to keep them just as this set. Oh my gosh, I can't even begin to show you all the different options. But Tonic is so great at engineering their dies. They're so brilliant at that. And I love the designs. I love what we put into them. I love how beautiful they are. I love how intricate they are. And I hope you do too. I think it marries well with the Simply Defined line. I think Simply Refined is just that. It's a beautifully refined line of dies. Now I want to show you how to use them. So I'm going to set this one over here for just a minute, and I'm going to pull out a piece of our cardstock. And I am using the Simply Defined cardstock. I'm using the 80-pound white, which we sell for $5.99 for 25 sheets. Again, very value conscious, really important to me. When I did bring this out, when I brought out the Simply Defined dies, I did not mention alcohol inks, alcohol markers, because I wanted you guys to play with it for yourself and then let me know. Well, you let me know, and I already knew. It works beautifully with your Copics, with your Spectrum Noirs, with your Chameleons. Yes, the 100-pound for $6.99, 25 sheets. We have people saying that it's the best paper they've ever used now. I don't know if they're just being complimentary. I'm going to take it, don't get me wrong. But they say it is absolutely magnificent, and it is so value priced that you can have paper just for your alcohol markers. But then again, this is a beautiful all over paper. You can watercolor on it, you can stamp on it, you can die cut with it. So let me go ahead, and I'm going to use just the first center die real quick. Now I'm going to bring over my Big Shot machine, and I am using my precision base plate. I'm also using my multi-purpose platform from my Big Shot machine, and it doesn't matter if you're using a small one or a long one, whichever one you have. What I want you to know is if you do use your magnetic platform, which also works beautifully, the minute you put your precision base plate from Sizzix on it, the magnetic aspect of that platform no longer works. It's just, this is too thick, and this will cling to your magnetic platform, but once you put your dies on, it will not. Your precision base plate is made for wafer dies that are intricate, very much Simply Refined dies. What you need to know is if you can read the directions, it's not facing the right way. You need to turn it over. When you're die cutting on it, you don't want to see the directions. I'm going to put my paper down, I'm going to put my die down, and I'm going to send it on through, and we're just going to cut this one first. See how the die just came right off, really easy. I was going to use my Sizzix, my little Sizzix tool here, but I don't know that it's going to let me because it came out so easy. The pieces just pop right out. You can use wax paper if you need to, but you saw how easy that came out. Hopefully what you're seeing is that it didn't actually cut the oval shape out of the paper. This die cuts a window. Isn't that so pretty? This die cuts a window. But you're saying, Stacy, I want that oval shape. Well, not a problem. We're going to pull this back over. We're going to put our paper down again. This time we're going to take the first and the second die, and we're going to layer them together, and we're going to send it through our machine. And what's that going to do? It's going to cut that oval now out of the paper. Instead of making a window, it will make an actual die cut. Let's this on over. So now it's made an actual die cut where I have the oval itself cut out of the paper. Oh, these little curly cues. Let's see if I can get it out now. There we go. Little curly cues don't want to come out. So I've cut the exact same. I've got a window with the one die. With the second, when I married the two together, I've now made a frame. But what happens if you just want a frame? Well, that's okay. You can put this through with just your cardstock and it'll cut you just an oval. Now you've got a tag, you've got something to stamp on. Or you can marry, oh, let me grab one that's already cut, that's all poked out. You can marry the two of them together and now you've got the backing for. So to do this one, I put these two together to cut this piece, and then I cut this one all by itself to get me here. Can you see how you can mix, and all the backs and all the second and third dies and all the sets are meant to interchange. You can mingle them, you can interchange them. That's what I love so much about the tonic process, is that they think about how to make things maneuver together. It's just brilliant. I just love it. Now we're going to take the big die. Put these over. We're going to take the big die and I'm going to cut that. So I'm going to bring my plate back over. I've got my multi-purpose platform on my Sizzix Big Shot machine completely closed. I've got my precision base plate. I have got my piece of paper, and I am going to send it on through. This time, as opposed to going front and back, I am going to pull it, I'm going to rotate it, and then I'm going to send it back through. And the reason I did that is because in everybody's machine, everybody's Big Shot machine, their rollers have a sweet spot. There's just this perfect space where it hits everything. If I roll it back and forth, I'm hitting the exact same points on the die, exactly the same, because I didn't move the die. By moving it and rotating it, now those rollers are going to hit new points, ensuring that the die cuts beautifully. With that and the precision base plate, you can't go wrong. So you can see all the cuts in the die. And again, it pretty much falls right out. So as much as I'd love to be able to use this for everything, you can almost flick it. Oh, and the pieces come right out. So I could stand here and sit here and pull all these bits and pieces out, but I'm not thinking that that's exactly what you wanted to see. But I could. Let me get that little curly cue. There we go. So anyway, as opposed to taking all the little pieces out, you get the idea. They cut like a dream. They're absolutely beautiful. And now you have other pieces to work with it. You've got the first two dies that I showed you. I could layer this on top of this and put it on top of that. Or I could take this piece right here, put it right back on my precision base plate, center it. That's not quite center, but you'll get the gist. Come on. Send it through. can you guess what I've done? What I've done now is put that beautiful detail in the center of my die. I put that gorgeous detail in the center of my die. So I could have had it like this, but now I've got it where I've cut the detail right out of the center, and you can absolutely back it with whatever you want to back it with. But it didn't cut that oval out. It put the detail in the center. I know, it's gorgeous. I'm so excited about them. What you can do, the options are absolutely incredible. And let's say I didn't want that detail. Let's say I wanted to put a frame. Here I've got another one that I started to cut. I could take this and just take the second die that's in the set, line it up, and send it on through. What's this gonna do? This is gonna cut a frame out of the center. So now I've got it this way. I have it this way, but I also have it this way, all out of one die set. And again, the centers can be mixed and matched with the base dies, with the big dies. You can mix and match those, you can mix and match the stamps, and then I can take my stamps and I can put them on my block. Let's pull this one off. Oh, I don't have my stamp mat with me. All right, well, we're not gonna have a stamp mat today. You should always have your stamp mat. Now I've got words here, and I have some little vines up here that I designed, and we're gonna do these in our memento pins because I want different colors. So I want the little vines to be in green, but I want the words to be in red. So I'm taking my memento marker, which is a dye-based marker, just like your memento inks that we use every day. But it's a marker that lets you put the color exactly where you want the color. You couldn't do this with a stamp pad. You see I'm using the side to put the color down. I'm not coloring with the tip. I'm putting the side to put the color down. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of a huff on it, where you just kind of breathe on it to reactivate the color. And no stamp mat, but you know what? We're gonna go for it anyway. No guts, no glory, right? Give a push, not too hard. We're not doing chest compressions. And pull up. Oh, yay! Okay, may all your dreams come true. Well, frankly, all my dreams are coming true. That was a really good stamp to pull. Is that absolutely gorgeous? I mean, there's so much that you can do. You can just stamp on the center frame. You don't have to use any of the dies to use the stamps. You can use the stamps all on their own. And this isn't all the combinations that you can do. This is still just one die set. I haven't shown you any more than one. Can you imagine what you can do if you have more than one? And if you only have one, look at all the options. You're not doing the same die again and again and again. And then you should see the samples the girls did. They cut them up. They had so much fun. So I am going to, because there's so many samples to show you, I'm going to pull out the storyboards that we've done, because I think that's the easiest way for you to see what can be done. We created storyboards just like we did for Simply Defined. So every time we do a Simply Refined or a Simply Defined release, boy, that's a tongue twister, we'll have storyboards so you can see what we've done. Okay, this is the Best Friends set. This is the Best Friends set, and this is what the die made. Here it is with the stamped image in the center. Here it is with a solid center. Now there's a window. This is a window. Here it is with the stamped image popped up, because it has this base and this is put on top of it and it's popped up. Here it is where you have that very first die cut out of the center of the base die. Here's the base die all by itself. Here's the shadow die all by itself. Well, actually this one, I hope I can get this. Maybe I can move this. Okay, so this one was done when we put 2 together. So this one was done with just the first die. This one was done with just the second die. This one was done with the second and the third put together. This one was done with the base die and the first die. This one was done with the base die and the first die and a stamp. They're beautiful, aren't they? So the sentiments are friends and family, or friends are the family you choose, and best friends are forever. Very nice, simple sentiments to go with very beautiful and elegant dies. All right, let me show you the next set. Next set is Home Together Flourish Frame. So this is Home Together for Flourish Frame, and this is what it made. Is that not just gorgeous? Look at the intricacy. And again, you're going to send it through with your multi-purpose platform or your magnetic platform, precision base plate on top of that, the die or the paper, the die, you're going to send it through once and then do a quarter turn and bring it back so that it cuts beautifully. Oh, it's upside down. I'm reading the stamps. If I can read them, you can't. So just beautiful. This was the die and the base die and the first die, the smallest one. This one was done with the smallest die and the second die, the frame die. Here's just the frame die. Here's the frame die and the small die together. Here's just the frame die. They're wonderful. They're beautiful. They're $15 a set if you buy them in the bundles. Let's go to the next set, which is Best Wishes. This is the set we'll be using in the make and take that is going on right now. Because this is releasing Saturday morning. I'm taping this early. Look at that. Is that gorgeous? And all the pieces that you can do with it. Whether you want it to have the center, whether you don't want it to have the center, whether you want it to have the center with the smallest die, all the different elements. And then all of these little other pieces work with all the other dies. They are totally interchangeable. And this one says, may all your dreams come true, which is true, and sent with best wishes. You can use the stamps just on their own. You don't have to use them with any of the dies. You can use the dies without any of the stamps. And our last is our birthday set. Where we have happy birthday. Oh, we get a palette in. You can hear them rolling. We've got the base die with the second die. We've got the second die, or the first die, I'm sorry, the first die all by itself, the smallest die, then the next size up. Wait till you see what Claire did with this. If you turn this die this way and you put flowers right over through this, it looks like a basket. Oh my gosh, wait till you see what Claire did with it. Just for you on your big day, and happy birthday. And look at the die. It's designed. It's not just a plain oval, but even though it's not a plain oval, it will still work with the other sets. Are they gorgeous? I hope you like them. I do. We worked so hard on these. And they're completely different than our Simply Defined. They're not better. They're just different. It gives you options. And to combine the sets between Simply Defined and Simply Refined, you can't go wrong. Oh my gosh, the value and the unlimited possibilities are incredible. So there are the storyboards. And again, if you buy all 4 sets as the I Want It All, it's a $60 purchase. If you buy, that's $15 a set for 3 dies and 2 stamps. And if you buy them open stock, they're $19.99. We only have so many, and when they're gone, they're gone. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to start showing you some samples because I know you've been waiting. Oh, here, just really quickly. So we took this one. So this base die has the center from this die, and this base die has the center here from this die to show you how they work together. So we took the second die, the shadow die from one, and put it with a separate inner die. So these two dies came from two different sets. These dies, two dies came from two different sets. These dies, the shadow die and the center die, came from two different sets to show you how they can work together. All right, let me show you some samples because we've got lots of them. Okay, Sweet Sarah made these. She thought it looked like hair. Isn't that the cutest little book? It's just darling. So we've got a little mixed media. And then she was playing with the Santoro product, and she did the frame for the Santoro. Beautiful card, absolutely gorgeous. The girls have been loving the Santoro Willow product. Look at this with patterned paper. How gorgeous, the coloring she did, and her bow is so stinking perfect. She's a master seamstress. She does costumes, she's just so talented. Look at that, is that beautiful? I love this one. And then we've got the frame, again, around our Willow girl, our Santoro Willow girl. And Sarah's last one. Gosh, they're just magnificent. Then we have some from Claire. And remember I was telling you that if you took this one and you turned it this way, it looked like a basket. Okay, so there it is. Keep that in your mind. There's the card made with it. How cute is that? And she just bought cute little flowers to glue down. It's this die, the two, put together to give you this. Is that fab? Oh my gosh, love, love, love. So Claire did this one. And here. So elegant. And then she put together a beautiful little card set to give as a gift. A little note card set, all done with the dies. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? And she had this little Eiffel Tower, I think it's a Tim Holtz stamp. But just a beautiful, who wouldn't want to receive this as a gift with the little envelopes? All ready to go? She did an amazing job. I'm not gonna get it back together again, Claire, you're gonna have to do that. But I thought this was so clever. It was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Then we have from Yvette. Yvette made the box. You remember that acetate piece I told you not to throw away? That's what she used to line the top of the box. She die cut the die right out. Isn't that magnificent? And then inside is the card. Who doesn't want that? It's just gorgeous. And what she did is she die cut the die out and then she laid it right back in. She took all the little bits and pieces and then she laid it back in on top of the acetate. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then we have a whole host of cards here. And some by Elena, some by Michelle. There might be some more Claire in here. There might be Belinda in here. They didn't put their names on the back, but oh my gosh, how cute. And then we've got out of the foil. So that's out of mirror paper with the stamp. Michelle, I know this is Michelle's card. She made a shaker card and it says, "May all your dreams come true." And she made a shaker card, again, using the acetate. You don't want to throw that acetate away. And she did hers and then went back in and colored each of her little flowers. Beautiful. This is on velvet sheets. So yes, this will cut velvet sheets. This is Elena. This is out of velvet sheet. And this is Elena too, I believe. And she used the little pieces to make little extra little coming off her flowers. But how stunning is that? Then Elena did this cute little box. And inside at the bottom is a tea light. I don't know if I'm gonna get it on, but inside at the bottom there's a cute little tea light and it lights on up. Let's see if I can turn it on. Am I pushing it the wrong way? Yeah. Oh, there we go. So she put a little tea light in there so it lights up. Now this box held salt and pepper shakers, okay? So she kept the box, she covered the inside of it. That looks like a piece of Kaiser craft paper in there. She die cut, used one of the Simply Refined dies to put this on the front, and they held salt and pepper shakers. So she took the salt and pepper shakers and she used some Viva Decor product to paint them. And instead of doing salt and pepper, she did Simply Refined, and again, using the dyes. How stinking cute is she? These girls are so clever. The SMS girls are so incredibly talented. Truly they are. Okay, and then we've got some layouts real quick. Elena did the layouts. So best friends are forever. Beautiful layout. And then I just loved this one. Oh my gosh, I loved this one. Home is wherever or is whenever I'm with you. How beautiful is that? Using Simply Refined dies and stamps. Now, I'm gonna tilt up because I got a lot to go over really quickly. Let me see if I can pull these over real quick. Oh my goodness gracious. So yes, this is our big announcement. Our 2 last line releases. I think they're our last. I can't ever say for sure. My husband has gotten used to me saying, oh no, we're not doing it anymore. And then 2 days later, oh honey. I hope you like them as much as I do. And if not, like I said before, lie to me. I will believe you. I am a gullible fool. If you tell me something, I'm going to go, oh, okay. And I hope you understand the reasoning of me being a banana split. I couldn't decide. Why do I have to just pick one? Why can't I have the family and the business and Simply Defined and Simply Refined? And why can't we? If you put your heart into it, you can have it all. I'm hoping. I'll let you know. Now, the Shop That Didn't Hop sale starts, and the Sizzix Warehouse sale starts on July 17th. There will be another YouTube that day featuring the new Simply Defined dies. Simply Refined and the tape will be in the YouTube Yummy for this one. I want you to post comments. I'm going to give away an entire set of the new tape to somebody from this YouTube. Post your comment, and that is over $150 value. You're going to win in all the sizes. Every size you're going to win. That's awesome. I think you're going to love it. And to Gareth and Gary and Simon and Mike and Mark and Gavin and the boys of Tonic Studios who helped this little girl just come up with something so amazing. I can't thank you enough. And again, I can't wait to, my parents haven't seen this. I can only show them a little bit at a time. They can only process so much information at a time. So I think I'll take the storyboards home and maybe just put them up around the room and see what they say. But I know they're going to be happy. And I hope you are too. Where are you going to find all of this great product? Scrapbookingmadesimple.com. That's where you're going to find it. There are no more Simply Defined left. None of those dies have been sold out, but you do have an opportunity this month to get Simply Refined. And next week there'll be a whole new release of Simply Defined. So we've got lots coming to you, And thank you so much for all of your support and your comments and your well wishes for my vertigo. And I'm hoping by the time the Shop That Didn't Hop starts, I will be okay, because I've got some pretty rockin' shoes to wear. I can't wait. Oh, and in the next coming few days, after the week up to the event, I'll be doing a brief YouTube every day showing you some of the doorbuster deals we're also going to have for you. So, wahoo, ka-choo. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacy. I'll see you next time. Bye.